Welcome back, my dear friends. This is episode number 113 on the Zero Point Healing Show. And today I have with me an amazing guest. And guess what? Access consciousness is the healing modality that we are going to discuss about today. And that is one of my most favorite of all so far, of all healing modalities. And access consciousness has been one of those modalities that I'm specializing in as well. So whenever access consciousness facilitators show up on my interview show, I have a separate, different, bubbly, happy, joyous energy that comes out. So I'm really looking forward to this particular show. Before I move on to my guest, just a quick intro about me. I'm Vishnu Priya and I'm certified in multiple different holistic healing modalities. And through my journey into such different modalities, which ranges from hypnotherapy to soul plan reading to spiritual meditational type of healing types like theta healing, and then it is access consciousness. So there has been varied different type of modalities that I experienced as I came through this holistic healing world. And this kind of it inspired me in a different way. Each of these modalities, even though when I was going through that journey, I was comparing different modalities and kind of judging the modalities. Oh, this is better than the other one. That is better than this one. But later, I think it was access consciousness that actually put me out of all of those judgments and helped me see that each of these modalities has its own value, its own uniqueness, and it helps us in different ways. So that kind of took me into my zeropointhealing.com, which is the web directory that I have created for all holistic healing modalities. And today it consists of so many different varied practitioners, therapists, and facilitators of all different holistic healing modalities. So, if you are a holistic healing practitioner yourself of any healing modalities, I invite you to zeropointhealing.com. You can register there and you can also send me an email if you're interested in this kind of an interview show. If you are a client looking for a solution for any kind of problems, challenges, solutions that you're looking for in your life, I still invite you to zeropointhealing.com. You can come there and discover so many different practitioners, different people who are specializing in different kind of things. For example, anxiety or financial issues or career issues or fertility issues or whatever kind of challenges that you are facing in your life, there is solution for it all with holistic healing. So that's my short intro talk. And today I have beautiful um, Shivangi with me. Welcome, Shivangi. Thank you so much for coming to my show. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, Vishnu Priya, and hello, everyone who's here. Thank you so much for inviting me to this. I'm Shivangi, and it's so interesting. I have another live conversation later in the day, which is on the topic of I am actually. And it's so interesting now when I have to introduce myself, I have to really sort of look for words because there isn't really anything that can define who I am. But largely, my work has been in the development sector. I have been a rebellion at my home, and I'm, you know, the identity that I feel really close to is being a woman, she. So yeah, that's who I be. And the other things that I'm sort of doing as part of my work in the world is I practice clowning, I practice access consciousness tools, and I'm geared towards creating a conscious world. However, I mean, even if it is my presence in a room, or it is a verbal facilitation, or it's a body process or any other session that I can provide people with. I'm also a youth facilitator. For about 5-6 years, I have worked with young people from India, urban and rural backgrounds, taking them through journeys where they sort of get to know better about themselves. They look at how to do conflict resolution, take up social action projects, Yeah, that's pretty much like a bundle of things that I do. I am an octopus doing 8 things at a time.
Wow. And I really love about the youth. I also have a different work that I'm doing with youth. So maybe we have to talk about it a little later. But for now, let's get into the actual title for today's show: stuckness and how to go beyond stuckness in life. So tell us first of all about your experience with access consciousness and how the tools of access consciousness might have helped you at different times go beyond stuckness, for example.
My journey with Access, like it's one thing that I'm supremely grateful for. So, like I shared, largely my experience at home, at school, in college, at workplace has been such where I constantly saw some crisis or something that has to be fixed. Like it wasn't the ideal, and I'm quite a romantic in that sense, looking for the ideal always. And access consciousness came to me at a beautiful time. Really a beautiful time. I mean, now in the hindsight I can say that. So I was going through my degree in development studies, and um, like it somehow just added to my own narrative of how the world is not fixed right now and it needs to be fixed. Um, and in from that space, I mean, every time I try and take an initiative, I would still sort of completely feel bogged down, because some or the other factor would still not be in place, so this whole fixing behavior led me to a space where I was so anxious. I stopped showing up in the world. I cut myself off from people. I was suicidal. I genuinely wanted to die. Like, I was like, this planet is not for me. And I created a lot of drama around it. Genuinely, I created a lot of drama around it. I was like, like, I became like a pylon to people who were close to me. um and that's when everything for me. He said, so you're looking at wanting to die, right? I said, yeah. I mean, like, that only looks like a solution now to me. And he was like, what if death is also not the end of the story, you know? And I was like, oh, then it's going to be a blunder, because if I'm coming back to this planet and I'm again going to be feeling so stuck, I might as well try some other way of figuring this out. I mean, that one sentence changed it all for me. And again, like, in that moment, I didn't know. And I guess even my friend didn't know what he was saying to me. But now when I look back, that one sentence got me to the space where I was like, I am looking for what else is possible. I am looking for what will make me create a life that I know is fun filled, that I'm looking forward to. And that's when I started sort of reaching out to therapists, psychologists, and somehow a lot of those things worked somewhere for me, did not work somewhere for me. But what I saw was, you know every time we would get into changing the narrative of my life journey, I would still again get stuck at some other point, and then at some other point. What really worked for me is tapping into the wisdom of my body. Clowning worked for me. uh, Improvisation worked for me. Theater worked for me. And I was like, okay, so there are things that work for me, and that's fine. I mean, I'm not saying that all the other things that didn't work for me are wrong. They just didn't work for me. And then access consciousness came into my world. So again, a friend of mine sort of introduced me to access consciousness facilitator, and she started working with me where I would like vent out to her. So 2 sessions where I would just completely vent out to her what's going on in my world, and she wouldn't even let me finish. She'll be like, okay, stop. hang on, like you are functioning from so many conclusions and definitions. What if that is not true? Then what is your reality? And I was like, this is something that speaks to me. And also I started off with this book, Being You, by Dane Heer. So Dane Heer is the co-founder of Access Consciousness. And I started reading that book out loud, and I was like, this book is interacting with me. Like, this is the language that I've been looking for. So actually, what got me to Access, the first thing that I would say is the language of it. The language of it was so friendly. It's the language that I speak, it's the language that I was looking for. um yeah, I mean, that's how I got into it. And then the body processes sort of came into picture. I got an Access Bar session, and I had no idea what that is. I had really no idea what that is, but it put me to sleep. So I mean, all the efforts that I used to put to put myself to sleep, I was like, wow, this thing works, and I'm going to learn it so that I can put myself to sleep, not for anyone else. Just for myself, just for me.
Uh-huh.
So that's how I sort of came into the world of Access Consciousness, really.
Sure. So I think now we can give a little bit of taster to the audience if this is first time they are hearing about access consciousness. So I was thinking it's a beautiful example or your life story that we've discussed, and for me as well specifically, I think access consciousness has helped me every time I get stuck, everywhere I am not being myself, everywhere I'm doubting myself and I'm looking for help from somebody else, that I'm kind of dependent on others rather than depending on myself. So I think for me personally, access consciousness has been this kind of a thing that kind of puts me inside myself rather than seeking out to somebody else. So can we now maybe give a quick taster of what access consciousness might look and feel like? Or if you want to discuss a little bit about, let's say, access bars or the body processes first, we can do that as well. And then we can do the demo thing that we've planned.
I'd really like to talk about Access Bars.
Yes.
I mean, Access Bars is one thing that gives you the space to change anything. It really does. Um, Access bars are these 32 points on your brain, which are mildly pressed, and and then these points are named as money, body, sexuality, um, and over like over our life, or with all the kind of experiences that we've had, we gather definitions, we gather viewpoints of what that means to us, what that looks like for us. And pressing those points mildly dissipates all those definitions. It really slows you. So the first effect that I saw for myself when I got my Access Bar sessions done was that I wasn't angry on things that I were before angry on. Like, like suddenly it shifted for me. I was like, okay, why was I even angry on this? Like, why am I putting so much energy into fighting? So Access Bars really got me into this space where it was like, you don't really have to fight. You don't have to prove a point. It's okay. You're great. So that's what Access Bars is. And Access Energetic Facelift is a process which sort of engages with the cells and with the energy of your face and your chest. And it's really engaging with the energies in a way such that you are confident to show up in the world. And I was always that. I mean, Access Facelift sort of just reminded me of it, and I'm really, really grateful to Gary and to Dane for creating these wonderful processes. So, if you would like to gift something to yourself, please go to Access Bars practitioner or Access Facelift practitioner and gift yourself a session. Please do that for yourself.
Oops. Okay, now I think you can hear me. Beautifully said about Access Bars and Access Facelift. And for the first time, I did Access Facelift just last month, actually, towards the start of last month. So I was there in Bangalore, India, for one of my third Access Bars classes that I have to take, and then I was like following the energy and was like, oh, facelift, let's just try facelift. But it feels like facelift is not just lifting the face, but internally, energy wise, I feel the words that you said, showing up, showing your face to the world and being ready to do that and being you, I feel kind of fits into the process as well. Great. So now can we quickly do a verbal processing if you would like with access consciousness?
Yes, please. I mean, Vishnu Priya, if you would like to share something that you are feeling stuck with in your life, and let's take it from there.
Yes. So it's good that I'm doing these interview shows because I get to be the participant all the time. So that's nice. Okay. Stuckness, I feel for me is right now and has been like a pattern that I'm kind of unrevealing each small portions of it, the financial side of life. And now right now I'm in kind of a transition process, moving from the previous healing modalities that I've been using and moving into kind of a new type of business, because access businesses, as you know, is very very different. So that's where I'm in the process, and the stuckness comes from making the decision, I guess, making the choice of, I had been in that kind of in between place. Do I need that, or do I want this, or shall I shift and change? And that is affecting my financial life. So let's go from there.
So, what exactly is your stuckness?
How do I define it, or how do I say it? My
Let the
stuck,
words flow to you.
yeah, my stuckness is
There isn't any, Vishnu Priya, don't you see it? I mean, if you were to really see this, okay. So if you're saying like, okay, let's say it's about creating the financial reality that you desire, right?
exactly.
I mean, what a contribution and a gift you are to all the healers and all the people out there in the world, just with this show that you've started, just with this platform that you've started. And do you acknowledge yourself for that? Do you see this as money? I mean, energetically, I don't see any stuckness in your world. So, whose reality are you picking? The entire world is feeling stuck right now when it comes to money. Money is like a big thing at the moment. Like, it's stuck. Money is stuck. That's the energy that has been created around money, uh, all over with the COVID, with the quarantine, with, the financial flows not happening, organizations not getting their funding, so much, businesses changing, transitioning. But really, is money stuck? Or we're just buying into that narrative? And for what value? So everywhere you're picking up other people's point of views of how money is stuck, would you please let that go?
Yes, yes, please.
Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. This thing that I just said is a magical wand, and if you didn't get it, that's how it is supposed to be. It is supposed to bypass your cognitive mind. It's just a magic wand. It's called the clearing statement. You can learn more about what the clearing statement is by going on theclearingstatement.com.
Thank you. And I think now I got the word as you were kind of speaking, that I think it's about asking for money or charging, kind of services. And I've been tossing around different things and, donation based models and different kind of stuff. And now I'm kind of asking myself, am I trying to bypass, you know, rather than asking and charging, prices for my services? Am I trying to bypass that? Am I not willing to ask for money? Has been one of my questions for myself, and been clearing that as well. But what is your contribution towards that, do you feel?
When did you decide that you don't deserve? And everything that brought up, will you and I'm created all.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shots, boys and beyond. It's so funny, like, I, I I mean, people just give us these interesting point of views that even they don't know whether it works or not. Like someone at some point might have just told you, you don't deserve this, Vishnu Priya, and you just stuck by it, really. So anything like this, when it shows up, you really ask yourself that whose point of views am I living with? And you really don't have to put out your antennas to find who this person is. That's not the point. The point is that they are not yours, and if they're not yours, you can't fix them, you can't do anything about it, so let them just go.
That's beautiful. Great. So, do you want to put more questions and verbal processing for the viewers as well? If so, I'm kind of thinking about viewers who are watching this. Do you want to kind of give a few more clearings for them in general about the financial stuckness that, as you mentioned, is happening around the world today?
So I'd actually like to sort of speak a little bit more about my journey. Um, while I was in the social work sector or the development sector, um, like I was in the space where I really questioned my privilege, the fact that somebody else comes and picks up the garbage from my home. There's a maid who comes to my house. That the fact that there are so many people out there who are not getting it, and I'm getting it, and therefore I should be the one who has to fix it, is the space that I was operating from. And in that space, I completely rejected that everyone else like me also has a choice. And when I say that, oh, look at that poor man, he has to like come to my house and pick up the garbage. But am I really honoring their choice of what they would like to do in the world? So if we were to operate from that space of how everybody has a choice at all points, and when you operate from a space where you think, oh, poor this, you are just acting superior and you don't have to. You're just salvaging your own, you're just buttering yourself up. And for what value? If that works for you, please go ahead. Great. It didn't work for me because I I had so many other lies attached to a fact that I never got a clear picture. The clear picture was that everybody is choosing what they would like to do. And I would be the one to put it out in the world that wherever you are, whatever your space is at the moment, whatever your financial reality is right in this moment, is your creation. You created it. And when you operate from your space, from that space, that gives you a sense of empowerment, because you know that your power resides in you, it's not outside of you. So if you can create this, then what else can you create? You are the creator of your life.
Wow, and I love that example of rather than thinking, oh, poor whoever, or poor thing, or poor something, or a person, it was a it was a beautiful point of view that you expressed, which is it's their choice. If that's their choice of doing that service to the world, it can only be our judgment when we say, oh, poor thing, right? And I really love from Access Consciousness how they say the superior bitch is the word, I guess.
What a superior bitch. And the first time I was told that I'm a superior bitch by a facilitator, it irked me. It pushed a button that I really didn't want anyone to touch. Even, I mean, I didn't even know it existed. Honestly, I didn't know. And when that happened, I was taken aback for a moment. I was like, whoa, really? I mean, that's how I'm acting in the world. And I'm somebody who keeps saying, oh, I believe in inclusion and, everybody should go together, hand in hand, equality. And I'm the one who's acting as a superior bitch. So many lies attached. I'm
Yeah,
confusing myself.
exactly. Wow, that's a beautiful topic that we went into. Would you like to give us a little summary about all the kind of services and classes that you're offering to your clients at this time?
Yeah, so it's so interesting that I mean, this lockdown has really shifted our lives, and really, how does it get better than this? I mean, I always escaped from my family, from my parents. I was like, they will never get me. And now I'm here living with my parents again after 7 years. And, while I'm with them and I'm establishing my practice here, and now I see what a contribution they are to me. So I'm based out of Jaipur and I do these live bars classes here in Jaipur. So you can reach out to me through Zero Point Healing if you'd like to attend a class with me. I'm coming up with a class on 6th of February, which is a Saturday, a live bars class, and that will also be online. So wherever you are in the world, if you wish to attend this class, it's going to be one full day class. So that's there. Besides that, I provide one-on-one counseling sessions. So if you'd like to reach out to me, and we could have like a month-long engagement or a per session kind of an engagement. Besides that, I provide sessions for Access Bars and Access Facelift. Um, and I also, like I shared, I also work as a youth. I mean, I'm also a youth worker. So I also work with organizations where I facilitate workshops for young people. So I actually have a workshop that's coming up on 26th, 27th, and 28th of February. And this workshop is happening in Udaipur. I am working with Share a Smile Foundation and Swaraj University, and we are doing this workshop in Swaraj University campus, which is a beautiful campus. It's not like any other classroom. It's like a whole sort of world into the nature. Like it's a forest turned into a campus. So it's a retreat, 3-day retreat where we will be talking about different elements of nature. We'll be talking about creating your own prototype with your enterprises that you want to come up with, and systems thinking, and a lot more around it. And I'm also a clown. So if you're looking for a clowning workshop, please do reach out to me. I'm starting with my clowning refresher course in February. So I'm really, really excited about that.
Wow, so many different things on your plate. How do you manage all of these? Just like you explained, octopus with 8 different things. How do you get to
If
kind of
I'd again mention what, like, how, and Access, I'm telling you, like, it has given me great perspectives about a lot of things. And one of it is that if I do not create 500 things, which are going to make my life greater, then I'm going to create crap. And I've created a lot of that, and now I'm done with it. So I might as well use every moment to create something that makes my life greater.
Wow, that is so amazing. Thank you so much, Shivangi. My dear viewers, on top of all of that, we have a 10% off discount coupon code for you, which is 0 point. So you can contact Shivangi for any of her classes, workshops, sessions that she is offering. And what are all the sessions that you're offering online for, international people who might be watching?
Certainly Access Bars classes, and I am planning on coming up with shorter calls and classes. I haven't really started with that as yet, but yeah, let's see what shows up.
Yes, and I hope you are doing kind of verbal processing kind of sessions online. Would you do that?
Yeah, yeah, I can. So one-on-one consultation can be live or can be online.
Online. All right. So those are the online options. So regardless of where you are, you can contact her if you would love to kind of talk to her and see how she can help you with your journey. Thank you so much, Shivangi. Any final words?
Great, thank you so much. I mean, really, like, I mean, just I guess, like, I think 2 or 3 days before I, got to know about Zero Point Healing, I was speaking to someone and I said, you should get your profile on, these platforms where it's like a hub for healers, and I just said it, like, I didn't even know if these existed. I just said it. And 2 days later, I get to know about Zero Point Healing, and I was like, wow, how far am I in the future? And I mean, I'm asking, and here I receive, and then I'm the one who's making my profile first, and then I'm also sending it out to all the other people. Yeah, so I mean, I mean, life is great. Life is simple, actually, if you'd like to keep it like that. And really, what else is possible?
Yep.
What can you
Ask
ask for today that can show up in the next 10 minutes?
ask and you shall receive, and I think that's what access consciousness is totally based on. And for me it was the first time I've started asking so many questions. We haven't been trained from very young age for asking questions. In fact, the opposite is true, right? Every time we ask questions, we are getting pushed down. Don't ask questions, just listen to me, is something that we have been trained in. And for the first time, access consciousness comes out and tells me, just ask questions and you will receive what you're asking for. And I'm like, oh wow, I never knew that for the past 30 years.
One is don't ask questions. I mean, like, one, we are entrained to not ask questions. The other is, even if we ask, because it's not like we don't have questions. Even when we are asked not to ask questions, we still have plenty of them. The other thing is that we go out hunting for the answer. I mean, really, what Access brought to me is some kind of relaxation. Okay, that's your ask. Now relax. And let it show up. Really, let it show up. And whenever that energy vibrates with you, where you feel like, oh, that's exactly what I was asking for, then go make that choice.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you for your beautiful show, and thank you so much for the kind of quick verbal processing you did as well. So thank you so much, Shivangi.
Thanks, Vishnupriya. It's such a gift. Thank you so much.
Thank
Really.
you. Thank you. All right, my dear viewers, I'm going to see you in my next show. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, as well as you can share this video with anybody whom you think that this video is going to contribute. So thank you so much for all your support. I'm going to see you next time. Bye bye, Shivangi.
Bye.